Out of the thousands of different types of Lego pieces, studs not on top, or snot bricks, are considered some of the best you can have, giving you access to a whole new dimension of building. But out of this amazing class of pieces, there's one part that's different from the rest, and that is the neck bracket. On the surface, you might not even categorize it with normal snot bricks, but rather just as another minifigure accessory. In reality, there's so much more to what this piece can offer than meets the eye, making it far from just being a knockoff of a normal bracket piece. Let's dig a bit deeper. Firstly, we'll look at this Plants vs Zombies pea shooter. So if I want to add some eyes, there's really nowhere to put a normal fully sized snot brick due to the plates occupying the main body. So I'll look to bracket pieces that use their overhang to circumvent this spacing issue. However, if I add a normal bracket piece, two issues become apparent. One, there's too much unnecessary bulk on the top of the head, and two, the eyes are too high up. Now, won't you believe it, the neck bracket solves both of these issues. For one, the flat part of the neck bracket is much thinner than a normal plate, meaning that this often unwanted section is much less noticeable on the final product. And next, a pretty cool thing about these neck brackets is that the sideways stud is not actually flush with the top like any other pieces, but rather it allows you to build in line with the bricks that the bracket was placed on rather than being shifted slightly higher out of line. So, at least this means that my pea shooter won't be looking so goofy anymore. Secondly, you might notice that there's this hole in the neck bracket rather than a standard stud. We know it's supposed to fit a minifigure's neck, but we're not gonna care about that because it lends itself to so many other crucial uses. Primarily, this hole allows for compatibility with bar pieces, which are also some of the most versatile pieces you can have. As seen in the ship in a bottle set, the neck bracket was slid onto a bar to attach the mast of the ship. And if LEGO used a normal bracket, there would be so many more compromises that are needed to build around the fact that there's a lack of a hole, which is just a hassle that is completely unnecessary and solved by the neck bracket. However, this is still not my favorite usage of this unique feature. Let me preface by asking, if you want to show a small circular shape in LEGO, how would you achieve it? Now, most people would probably say to use a stud or maybe the top face of a bar. And both of these are extremely valid ways, but what if I wanted a size in between these two? If we look back at a stud, we'll notice that there's two major layers to it. Wouldn't this conveniently just be the perfect in-between size? Well, unfortunately, there's not really a way to isolate and only show the smaller section because there's no pieces available that are specialized enough to effectively cover up the surrounding area. That is, unless we use the neck bracket. On the Fast and Furious Speed Champions car, the real-life version has tail and brake lights that come in two different sizes. They're a pretty distinct feature of the car, so LEGO wouldn't have been able to match that level of accuracy if not for the neck bracket being able to successfully isolate the top section of a stud. Finally, let's talk about the uniqueness with the length of the bracket. So usually, a normal 1x1 bracket will have a height of 2.5 plates, and this is based off of the fact that 5 plates is exactly equal to 2 studs on their side. So by dividing by 2, it gives you 1 stud for 2.5 plates. This fact is totally fine on its own, but sometimes when you're trying to build and you want to keep certain levels even and clean, that 0.5 of a plate can become extremely infuriating. Therefore, the fact that a neck bracket can fit over 3 plates exactly can make it much more useful in certain situations. Also, this half a plate thick lip that's exclusively found on a neck bracket can be useful for more granular detailing. My favorite usage of this is in the architecture line, where the Trafalgar Square set uses a bunch of these brackets to represent window ledges. And at the end of the day, even if you don't care for that sort of detailing, you can still use the bracket for something such as a Minecraft chicken wing. So the next time you see a neck bracket, instead of putting it with all your other minifigure parts, maybe you should leave it with the snot bricks and consider the many unique ways you can use it outside of being a minifigure accessory. With that, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.